I'm Rebecca.
And I'm Hunter, and this is the Family Showdown!
Hey all, it's good to see you again. We're back from vacation. Fantastico vacation, I would say.
Yes.
I dare say. But it is really good to see you. And, of course, because of the nature of our vacation, we have a lot of board games to talk about.
We do. So firstly, kind of had a scheduling snafu because
Reasons.
I scheduled it in when we were in Eastern time, and so it was an hour off. But I fixed it, so maybe someone will wander in. If not, you can watch it after the fact. But we were in Easter time because we were in
Florida.
We were in Dice Tower East, doing Dice Tower Easty things.
It's true, though.
So we left Saturday, 2 Saturdays ago, and we just arrived back last evening. So we are mostly going to talk about Dice Tower games we played, and stuff we bought at Dice Tower. So that's going to be pretty much the evening.
But yeah, if you want to get to know about this convention, boy, have we got some info for you.
All right, so first we're going to start off with a little montage video, picture-y, montage-y thing.
Hey, all.
And then we'll talk about the convention, and then we'll talk about what we played at the convention. And then we'll talk about what we bought at the convention.
Lots of things. All the things. A bit of a spoiler in that video.
There's some spoilers. That's okay. There's some spoilers.
All right. Hello, all.
So, Dice Tower East. So, this is the second Dice Tower East. The first one was last year. This is the second one. Used to be Dice Tower Convention, but that was under...
Oh, yeah, okay.
That was under a different people.
Gotcha.
The Dice Tower actually brought it in-house, and they're running their own convention. This is the second time we've been to both of them. And I have to say, this may have been the best convention I've ever been to.
I honestly was thinking the same thing.
May have been. I mean, the cruise is the cruise. You got the food.
Yeah.
But talking about the convention itself, the gaming part, and the stuff going on at the convention, this may have been the best one.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
That we've ever been to. This feels like a game group getting together with, 1,700 of their friends and playing board games.
Yeah. It's kind of amazing, honestly. And I know people throw that word around a lot, but when you think about the number of people that are there and how friendly this convention is, I don't usually at a convention feel super comfortable going and just jumping into games, but I both jumped into a game and asked other people to jump in with me randomly and enjoyed it immensely. And I wasn't worried about it. I was, it just was really fun. We had a really good time, and wow.
It's super easy.
It doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen.
Like she says, it's super easy to jump into games. It's super easy to get people to join you to games. You're never forced to try to figure out something to do because there's always
Right.
something to do, right? There's player wanted flags all over the place. There's teacher wanted flags all over the place.
Yeah, because you went around and you actually taught some games.
I taught some
too.
games. I walked around and Rebecca was in another game. Didn't have anything going on, so I walked around and I just taught a couple of games because why not? And that happens a lot. You see those teacher wanted flags and someone invariably wanders up after a minute or two to help teach games. It's just super friendly. Yeah, it's just great. It's great.
It is. And I think one thing that, I don't know, this seems counterintuitive to me because I always love all of their events and stuff, but the fact that they have fewer events,
That's intentional.
Well, I know it's intentional, but I think I like it. And I can't believe I'm saying that because I really enjoy all of the activities and the interactions and stuff, but it's very passive, right? For the most part.
Right.
And except for the game shows and different things, but this just lends itself to more game time. And their library has, if you haven't watched the Dice Tower, go look up their Dice Tower library videos and stuff. Wow. It's really well done. They handpick it really to facilitate playing with other people, and they bling them out and they make them really pretty and they add stuff, Wow. Yeah.
That's a great experience.
If
you're looking for your first convention,
this would be
for a larger one. Honestly, I would suggest your first convention is probably
a small
local one, unless you're ready to jump in. But it's just amazing. It's just really, really good. I mean, our kind of strategy was we didn't have anything to do. I would go grab a game, learn it, and then put a player wanted flag, and then teach people the game. Because I'm invariably teach Rebecca. What's the difference if a couple more people are
joining in, right?
Yeah, it
was perfect
to do it. So. Yeah, awesome convention, awesome time. So let's jump in to what did we play? And
I'm not even talking about the rest of the convention.
What else you want to talk about?
There's other stuff there. It's a resort hotel for one thing. People need to know. They need to know about this convention.
They know about it. Swimming.
There's swimming.
Food.
There's food.
Things to do around the convention area.
Things to do around the convention.
Anyway,
and if you didn't see it too, they had the Dice Tower van too. That was funny. You could go and take pictures with it. No, there was tons of stuff. Seriously, there was a lot of stuff to do.
All right, let's do it. And if you don't recall, last episode that we did, Rebecca said that she was going to do her games and rank the games in her order, and she's going to be doing the.
I am the ranker now. I'm the captain now.
You're the ranker. So I think we decided we're going to alternate.
Yes.
Going forward.
Because it's fun.
All right, so let's do this. All right. So Rebecca played
25
games.
Yeah.
I played she played some I didn't play and I
played a few that
I played a few she didn't play and she played a few I didn't play.
Yep.
We'll get to those at the end. I'll get the ones I played that she didn't play.
Yep.
But she played 25 games, some with me, almost all of them with me.
Most with you.
Most without me. Some without me, I mean. All right. This is you. Let's do it.
All right. So we'll start, as Hunter calls it, the worst to the best. But I gotta be honest, there was nothing that I played where I was like, this sucks, I hate it. And that's saying something kind of cool to me because you're playing a bunch of random stuff at a convention. You never know how that's going to go. And I think that was kind of cool. So I say worst to best, but, my worst is ranked, what did I rank it?
A 5.
A 5. And it's the only 5 I have. The rest are 6 and higher, and I'll tell you when I reach my 8. And honestly, that's just because of the nature of this game. So my lowest game is Long Shot, the dice game. This is a roll and write, which I'm okay with, depending on what they do. I liked the theme and I liked the race idea. I liked the idea of the horses going around. And it might have been our play of it, but it felt like you don't get to do a lot. And you're sitting and waiting for other people to do things. And during a lot of roll and writes, usually it's really interactive. People, or the turns are insanely quick.
Right.
Or both, right? And this just, I don't know. It just seemed like you didn't get to do as much as you get to do in a lot of other roll and writes and stuff. So it just seems like there was a lot of things that weren't getting used. And that wasn't just because I sucked at it, because everybody was kind of feeling the same vibe with that. So, I don't know. That was just me. So again, I like the super heavy Hadrian's Wall. So there's that. So go figure, right? Anyways, but that was Long Shot the Dice game. It's a roll and write, in case you didn't know, but the pieces on it were really cute. And the horses, like, I don't know. If you like roll and writes and stuff, this may be a huge hit. Because it's a different, I feel like it played differently than a lot of others too. But
I gave it a 6.
Oh, you liked it more than me. Interesting.
But, yeah.
Okay.
Nothing I not necessarily have to play again, so, was it the lowest rated game I had? No, it was not the lowest rated game I had.
Yeah, I
had
know.
A 5 as well.
I have one that I like better than you by a mile too. It's so funny. It's so funny how that works. I'm ranking them more like the BGG ranking, not Hunter's weird meh ranking, by the way. So, don't give me that look. You know what I'm talking about, Mr. Med.
I don't have a weird ranking system.
So, okay. So, my number 24 is Crokinole. Usually I like flicky games. Maybe it was just my play. I mean, I wasn't amazing at it anyway. No one's surprised by this.
I was horrible at it, and you made me look amazing.
Wow. Oh. Yeah.
But we don't have no problem.
No.
That's a type of game
that's
you have
when
to
you have to
practice.
practice. No, you have to practice.
Again, right?
I don't know. The rule set and stuff with that for me, I was kind of like, I don't know. I would never turn down a play of it. I don't want to get that, like, oh, I don't like this game. But it's not one I'd be like, we need to have a Crokinole board.
Right.
We need to be playing, I would play it randomly at conventions and have fun with it. And I'm cool with that.
And it can stay there, right?
Yeah, that's where it's at.
I'm mad on this one too.
So
I gave it a 6 probably, I'm guessing.
Did you?
I'm guessing. Where is it? I gave it a 7. I like it.
Wow. You like it more than me, I guess.
It's a meh.
Okay, my 23, I know I like better than Hunter, and this is probably his lowest rated. I'm guessing.
Yes, it is.
Is it? Yes. And it's a little card game called Gap. I made all the Mind Gap stupid jokes, but whatever. It's just this little card game, and it kind of reminds me, it's a very... What's that one? Push?
Yeah, Push. Okay.
You know, you have cards, and you're pulling, and everybody's playing and interacting with a center thing. And it's like that, but it's simpler in the sense that you're trying to collect suits, but your highest one is going to be subtracted by your lowest, and it's by number, it's by the amount of cards you have, not by any of the numbers on the cards. But how you interact with the middle, you use the numbers that are on the cards. So I kind of had fun with that because you have this ability where you put a 1 out, and if there's 1 out there, you get all of the 1s. But if you put a 1 out and say there aren't any, but if there's any 0s or 2s, you can choose one of those to take back. Right. I think it was called flexing, which of course we had lots of fun with that too.
Right.
And I don't know, I enjoyed playing and messing around with that. I don't know, kind of clicked for me. It was kind of fun. I thought it was a fun, silly, it was good to chat and talk smack while we're playing it kind of game. And so I think that's why I like that.
No, better. The reason I dislike it is because you are given a hand of cards. It's either 5 or 6 cards depending on the number of players. Yeah. So you're going to go around the table 5 or 6 times. Mm-hmm. The problem is that last card you play, you just play it. And whatever happens,
That's true.
You have absolutely no control over what happens on that last card. Yeah. So I'm hearing a lot of people are doing variants where you don't play your last card. So you have a little bit more decision space. But you basically play that last card and it's like, looks like everything I did fell apart.
It's really a luck thing with that last card.
There's a lot of luck with that last play.
It kills you because, you're stuck. You have to do something. And the only way you could ever just dump a card and put it in the center is if it cannot interact. It's not one off, or it's not the same number as one of those other cards. What are the odds your last card is going to be like that? Right. Everyone else is trying to dump their cards too. So it's, if it is, I forgot we had that discussion. We kind of decided that if we were to play that again, we would want to play it where you don't play the last card. Straight up. So there's that. All right. I'm trying to go semi-quickly because I know we have a lot of games and we'll be talking more about some of them. My number 22. This is a game I jumped into, Atlantis Rising.
I'm shocked this is low. You seem like you guys are having fun.
Oh, okay. I need to maybe qualify that then, because the experiences I had with the games, I am separating from the game itself. This is purely the game itself. Because if I go by experiences, we had a ball.
Right.
And I would rate this crazy high. The the people I gamed with would definitely rank these differently, because of like the play. The plays of these games are fantastic. I had a ball with these. And this one was cool. Atlantis Rising is a co-op game, and we had some great discussions and stuff. It was a lot of fun. So this is based purely off of how I feel about the game and the gameplay itself, not the experience. Because I'm serious, I did not have a single bad experience, period, at the convention. I couldn't rank the games that way, so
Right.
I had to go straight up by the games. So it was just greatness. But Atlantis Rising it's a co-op, and I like it. I like the way it works. But my reason I ranked it this low is y'all know how I feel, and Hunter's that way too, about those games that are really, really, really hard to win. You really win. Yeah, we lost on the basic setting by one play. Now that's cool. And I'm excited about that. And I felt like we did.
Right?
Yeah, a lot of people like it that way. And we were close. So I feel like 2 out of the 3 of us were noobs, complete noobs.
Right.
But it was on the lowest setting. And usually with me, I'm like, I feel like I should win that if it's on the lowest.
Right.
Like we had somebody who played it. It was one of his favorite games and he loves it. So I'm like, okay, it's not that we were completely out in the woods doing stupid things and stuff. Because anytime we started to do something kind of weird, he's like, he kind of bring us back around. He kept us straight. It was good. It was so much fun. But I don't know. When they're that hard to beat and stuff, I would never want to play it at a harder level because it felt insane how quickly Atlantis was sinking. And it sinks. It will sink. So, but yeah, the mechanism and stuff and the discussions that it prompts are really good. So I really enjoyed that. And of course, I would not turn down another play of it, of course. So,
all right.
That.
This one I didn't play, so I have no opinion.
Yeah.
Of that one.
Okay, my 21 is the infamous Gigamon. Gigamon is one of the Spiel games this year.
Kids games.
Spiel Kids games, yes, the Kinderspiel. And Nessa in particular fell in love with this one, and it's cute. It's not just the usual memory game. It's got it kind of reminds me of like Memoir, but I feel like it's a little nicer to you.
Yeah.
It's got little perks, and each of the little dudes, when you match them, they have little abilities and stuff. And then when you get 3, and of course that's an odd number, so you got to keep that in mind, right? You get the big dudes, the Giga dudes.
Yeah.
And you get 3 of those, and then you win the game. So they can trade hands, though, because if Hunter ends up matching more of those of the same type than I do, he can take that from me. So there's some trading and back and forth between these, typically, unless you get destroyed by an 11-year-old. But it's cute. It's fun. We played this several times. This is one of Nessa's faves.
Yeah, we bought this at the flea market.
Yep.
From the Dice Tower.
Oh, yeah, this is does
it have the infamous stolen from the Dice Tower?
I think it does.
It does not.
Oh, no, because it wasn't in the library.
Yeah.
It wasn't put in the library. Yeah. But, yeah, it's a cute game. If you haven't played that, it's a great Kinderspiel one, so...
I give this one a 6 or something like that. A 6, but it's a kid's game, so that's why.
Right.
This goes on your sides on the floor. So we got some questions in chat about the.
I haven't been watching. Sorry, y'all.
The Dice Tower East is comparable in size to BGG Spring.
Yes.
But it's not comparable size to the Retreat. So the Dice Tower Retreat's much smaller.
Smaller, yes.
Dice Tower Retreat's 200. It's capped at 200. Dice Tower East is capped at 1,700. And like I said, Spring's about that size.
Yes.
So BGG Spring's about that size. Somewhere in that neighborhood. Maybe a little smaller. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on.
But yeah, good stuff. And then number 20. This one is another little silly card game, and it's called Inside Job. So this is a trick-taking game with a trick. I don't know. This cracked me up. I found this one amusing, and it is there's you kind of have roles, and there's a traitor. Yes, there's a traitor. So you're trying to. It's almost like the Crew. You've got missions and stuff you're trying to accomplish by taking tricks a specific way and doing this and that and trying to achieve those things. But there's also a person that they don't want to reveal themselves, so they don't want to be obvious about it, but they do want to kind of tank it so that we can't quite accomplish them, because you have to get a certain number of them right. So, and you have to be careful because everybody but me, I never pay attention to hands very well, unfortunately, but people paying attention to what cards you're playing, my play would be like, oh, that's the highest card I have. Oh, and then the next round you play something and they're like, you're the traitor,
Right.
So may not be speaking from experience or anything. I totally didn't get busted. But but yeah, it's really cute. I liked it. I thought it was fun because trick-taking games, I don't know, sometimes after a while you're like, yeah, get the trick, check the cards, blah, blah, blah. You can kind of do that in your sleep. But this one with the element of deception was a fun little tweak on it. And I think that was fun, and I would definitely play that again.
Yep, I enjoyed that one. I gave it a 7, which is crazy high for trick-taking for me.
Yeah, it is.
I like the trader aspect of it. It's interesting.
Right.
I wish I was a trader. I would have given it an 8.
Oh my gosh, whatever. You would have been. That's one of the things that was so funny. We were all laughing. We're like, Hunter can't be the traitor because he's not happy enough. He wasn't giddy. He was like,
yeah, this is a good one. If you like trick taking with a twist, that's definitely
right.
A good one.
Yep, it's a fun one. So my number 19 would play much higher on Hunter's list.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, do you have a copy of it?
Yep.
Okay. And that is Wits and Wagers. We didn't actually play the normal board game of it per se. We played the giant dice tower Wits and Wagers game show thing at night, and had a table full of hooligans, and we had a great time. We named our group team name was Everyone Close Your Eyes, because of course Eric Summer was doing the narrating and stuff. So there was another team that did something like that, because then he would use a silly voice for that. It was fantastic. So of course, every time he had to discuss our team, he would use the ultimate werewolf voice.
Close your eyes.
Yeah, it was fantastic. And so we had a wonderful time.
One night.
Ultimate werewolf.
Yeah.
Werewolf.
Yeah.
Werewolf.
One night. Ultimate werewolf.
I can't even talk. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was neat to see familiar faces there.
Right.
From last year. We had a lot of people at our table that were there on our team last year, of course, which was a blasty blast. Some new people, people on other teams. Like, I know, my brain just went blank on their names, but the couple that got engaged at the Wits and Wagers last year was there playing, and they played at the same table. I thought that was cool.
Right.
And that they were at last year. So that was fun. It was a blast. We had a good time. We placed way better than we did last year. Way better. Last year we were barely above.
145 times better.
We did. No, we didn't have 0.
We had 1.
We had 1 last year.
So 145 times.
Oh, okay. I got you. I see what you said. I see what you did there. Math.
Guess it's 144 times.
We did so much better. I say it's the fresh blood on our team this year.
Someone's saying you got some sun. Yes, we definitely got some sun.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes. We didn't discuss it, but every morning but one of them or 2, I took Nessa swimming every morning.
Right.
So I was spending an hour to 2 hours out there. I had to stay in the shade because I'm stupid sun sensitive, but I was out swimming a lot in the mornings because Hunter had to work some. And so that's why I'm still amazed at how many games we played too, because we were spending chunks of the day working or doing different things and still got a lot in there. It was pretty cool. We're at 18.
All right.
So you have a button for this one, I
Yep.
assume. So yes. Hey, good to see you popping in. Yeah. The next one is this little teeny tiny card game that I think we're going to just have to hunt down now because that was hysterical. Very silly little fun game called In Vino Morte. And this is just a little button shy game.
Yeah,
Okay,
they come with a little. It's basically a little wallet with some cards in it.
With some cards in it. And if you've seen the movie The Princess Bride, you know what this game is, because this is when you're sitting there with somebody and you've got 2 goblets and you've got poison in one and wine in the other. And it's like a total like psych out mental game.
Right.
And so and it's a group game. I forget how many people we played the first game with. It was a stupid number. He had the maximum player count. It's like 18 or 19 or
I think it's 18
15 or
something
something.
like that.
It's a crazy high number. So you hand out a certain number of and the person who is facilitating the game,
the
bartender can set the number of poisons versus wines and stuff, so you can trick it up and be crazy. But he hands them out, and then you have to decide without looking. You don't get to look at it, and you have to decide if you think you have poison or not. And you can use your Princess Bride logic, of course, if you want to get rid of it and trade it with someone, or if you want to drink it. And that's the only time you're going to get to look, because even when you trade, you don't get to look until it's all over.
Right.
And goodness, it was hilarious. It was just a silly, fun, quick little game. Everybody dies, super fast in that, because you're just boom, 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 everybody's trading. But the discussions and the hilarity are pretty priceless. Yeah. So that's a good bang for your buck little silly game.
Yeah, like it was
Vino
fun.
Morte.
I gave it a 6 just because there's not much game there, but it was enjoyable.
Oh, see, I have that as a high 7.
Okay.
Yep. High
There
7.
you go.
Yep.
Yeah, we got some new games.
We're getting.
We'll talk about those when we're get through these games that we played.
Next one, number 17. No, that's not 17. What's wrong?
Spoilers. How about that?
That would be the one. Turing Machine. Tommy had introduced this to me, so I've gotten like one little silly play in, but we did a more serious play with a group, and I enjoy this game. It kind of brings on like flashbacks to me of like computer programming and stuff that I did for a little bit in high school and college. Like, I enjoy it. I like the logic. I like the puzzly bits and stuff. How did you feel about this one? I'm curious because
I gave it a 7, which is great for a logic game for me. I mean, that's pretty high. I enjoyed it. We kind of got a rule-ish wrong, so I would be willing to try it again one more time. But I enjoyed it. It was fun. Mm-hmm. I was really confused to start because I was like...
Well, we picked we picked some of the hard level things when I was trying to explain the game.
I'm like, this makes no sense to me. My brain just could not function. And then we played the easy level. I'm like, oh, this is easy.
Duh. Yeah, exactly. Nathan, you're kind of right. That's the reason too that I don't have it higher probably is like the whole game thing. It's more of an activity. It really is.
But if you played with the rules...
When you play with the rules and stuff, it is a game, but I would be more inclined just to treat it like a puzzle. I don't know. That's just
see if you figure it out. But the thing is, you'll eventually figure it out over time. So there's not like a...
I would hope so.
It's not... If you keep doing combinations, you're eventually probably going to figure it out.
One would hope.
Right.
One would hope. I mean, there are limits.
If you can't, then...
you need to lower your difficulty level. That's
lower your expectations.
Lower your expectations. Find a different game. But no, it's super logic game. And it's got like
basically figuring out a code, asking logic questions.
Yeah, and it's great because then you put it in the machine and see what you get for the answers. I love it, and I love the fact that if you use all the sample stuff they have in the book, you can scan the QR code and get a whole mess more puzzles and stuff. So you can just keep going with this for a long time. And I love that. So,
all right,
go ahead and bring out the number 16
that
clearly was a spoiler. Oh yeah, once again,
we finally played our copy.
Yes, we handed out a sticker of victory. So this is greatness still. But it's exhausting. I'll be honest. This is one of those games. It is hilarious. And I love this game. And it's so stupid. But by the time we're done, I do not want to play it again right away. Right. You're exhausted. So what you do with this game is so ridiculous. Everyone gets a piece of paper. And it's got 100 potatoes on it. Okay? Yes. Potatoes. There's one pencil. There's all these sheets with potatoes, and there's one dice, and one die. And then, so choose whoever's starting, and you're gonna go as fast as you can, and you're writing 1 to 100 on all of these potatoes. The dice. Meanwhile, everyone's taking turns rolling the dice. The dice has things like shift all the papers to the left, or fist bump. You're doing obnoxious things, banging on the table, trying to like stall them, slow them down. Or my favorite, of course, is the gimme that, where you roll that and you yoink, steal the pencil from them, and you get to start writing. It gets pure chaotic, and just by the end, when all of them, the sheets are starting to get fuller and fuller, everyone is just getting crazy, and they try to hold onto the pencil longer, so you have to like jump across the table and grab it from them, and everybody's shrieking and laughing. We always get a lot of what is this?
Where'd you buy that?
Where did you buy that? Is this in the library? Right. Like all those comments and stuff. This game is still hilarious. And it was really funny just by happenstance. The publishers of the game.
The publishers.
Yeah.
DeVere was there.
Came by and they're like, is that in the library? And I'm like, no, this is our copy. You know, it's kind of they recognized your sticker, Jeff's sticker on his badge because he's the one that won, and it was so funny because they have stickers in there. We always put the sticker on the on our name tags or whatever when we win. So once again, this game is greatness.
Yeah, back to Turing Machine. Nathan said he watched a playthrough and they just put cards out randomly, and were playing, and they couldn't figure it out why they couldn't figure the puzzle out.
Oh my gosh!
You're supposed to put specific cards.
It says in the book
tells you
like
exactly
you have to
how to set the game up.
Yeah, because it's all numbered. You have to put certain numbers in certain tests. It's got Boolean answers and stuff. Yeah, it's crazy.
I give that one a 6 because
dude, what's wrong with you? That is a high 7.
It's a low 6.
Now we are entering the realm of the 8s and higher. So these are 8s. These are 8s. Huh? Yes. So my number 8 is Verdant. Man, I liked this. I really like this game. It's another one like Floriferous. It kind of reminds me of Floriferous and all those.
Yeah, kind of.
It's got beautiful plant art and stuff like that. You're dealing with plants, and it's got a pretty chill game. But in this one, you're building. It's neat. You have. Is it the rooms and plants, and then the plants, and you alternate them, but you have to build a grid, so you can decide how you alternate them, but they have to alternate. So your plant is going to be surrounded, by rooms,
and each room is going to be surrounded by plants.
Exactly. So that's how you're going to do that. And on top of that, once you get all the leaves and stuff, so you're watering, you take care of your plant or whatever, and you're getting leaves. And once you fulfill that, you get more victory points and stuff based off of that. And it's considered complete, and you put a little pot on it. Well, the pots that you get, it's another one of those. The sooner the better you fulfill those things, because the pots have victory points on them as well. Right. And you want to get those victory points. You want to get higher victory points. And so you're putting plants on there. And you're trying to get the rooms have bonus stuff based off of what's beside them or around them. So you want to get certain types of plants, or they want certain color schemes, which was like amount of sunlight, and there's a couple different things going on with the cards. And it was a really fun game. I liked it. It was interesting to see. Most of us playing it went with only a couple colors and tried to really stick to those cards. And then I think Eric went off the rails and was trying to do it. Was it Eric? I can't remember now. Somebody was doing a lot of different things and trying to make that work. Just grabbing
Tyler.
Was it Tyler? Mm-hmm. Okay, Tyler was getting a little crazy, a little psychedelic color action going on over there. And it's really a pretty fun game. There's a lot of different options you could do. Oh, it also had the little items that could go in your room. You had like pets. They had different items. You had little couches and chairs and wall hangings and pets and all this kind of stuff. And you could, if you got one of each of those things, you got a whole mess of victory points. And there's like a lot of different cutesy little ways that you get victory points throughout the game. Really enjoyed that. It was a lot of fun.
It's all right.
Would play again.
7.
8.
7.
8. So, my number 14. This is the silly game of Doodle Dash. Okay, this game is so cute. So Pictionary, okay, you're in a group. We're kind of all working together, sort of. Doodle Dash, person who's it is going to close their eyes and pick a number between like 1 and 5 or 1 and 6, whatever is on the card. And then we all dash to draw it quickly. The first person that gets it grabs a little token thing, and the second person is the one that grabs the timer, right?
Dice.
Or the dice. That's right, the dice.
And they roll the dice until the stop sign comes up, and then everyone has to stop.
And then we have to stop drawing. So if you draw really quickly, other people are trying to finish and do this nice, more explanatory picture to help you guess. However, if you think you've got enough to get them to guess, then you're golden, because you want you and the person guessing to get it, but not everyone else. You want to be fast, but kind of good, which can be challenging for stick figure aficionados.
Finish the person the guesser basically will go with the first person and
Yep.
try to guess it.
Because I was the first one finished, so you have to look at my picture
Right,
alone.
and
He
try-
doesn't have to look at anybody else's.
Try to guess it. And then if that's not right, then the second person, you get to look at
Yeah.
theirs. And if that's not right, then you look at everyone else's picture.
Yeah.
And so the only person that scores is the one when you get it right.
When you're, yeah.
Yeah.
And it was
It's
fun.
a nice one.
It's another one of those kind of fast and furious, silly drawing. You don't have to draw well
I mean,
because you want to be able to draw.
some of the pictures
fast.
were literally finished in like 5 seconds.
Oh gosh, yeah. Because there was one I know one that I finished in just a couple seconds. One was spaghetti. We had spaghetti.
Yeah,
on
draw a
card.
circle.
So
and
I just
some
did
lines.
squiggles and I drew a meatball and I was like done. And I was like, good luck guessing.
And you got it right.
I did actually.
You
They,
got it right.
But it was hysterical. That one was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that
It's
one.
a good one.
A lot.
It was a good one.
A lot.
I gave it 7 as well. So.
Wow, interesting. 8.
7.
I'm in the 8s. So,
7.
just saying.
Just saying.
Just saying.
7.
My number 13, shockingly, I know you don't like these as much, is a co-op. I know. Sad.
I taught this game too.
You did. It's called Disney Animated, and this is new, right? Like
Yeah, pretty much brand new.
pretty much brand new. I'd never even heard of it, but it's a co-op game, and the concept was really fun. So you've got Disney character boards from, like, I had Snow White, and you had Aladdin, and there was like 101 Dalmatians and Alice in Wonderland, and you're building the background, and then you've got to put the characters on it. So you have like the little film. I can't think of the name of them. They have a name. Anyway, it's like the clear cards like you'd use when you're doing card crafting.
Right.
And you have the characters, so you have your animated characters sitting on the background. It's animation cells. Yes, thank you, Corlo. You're the best. And so you have the cells and you're putting those on top. But we all have to work together to do those things. So you have to do things like you've got sound and you have to run your sound and you have to do paint. You have to do some painting. You have to get the right paints to be able to do these things, to bring your characters, the actual cells onto the background. But first you have to build the background and you have to do the things to build the background. And it's all in the like lingo of building an animation.
Right.
And it's Disney style. Now, the fun, weird twist on the game, you'd think, okay, that's kind of cool, that's chill. But the villains for each of these movies have unique, weird tweak abilities that like jack up the game and cause your deadline to come rushing up towards.
Right, you have a finite amount of time.
Yeah, you got to get this movie done in time. All of our movies done in time. So every round that you don't have your complete system built, is your villains out. So the only way to stop the villains is to completely do your whole thing and then fulfill the requirements to have your villain put in the movie with you.
Right.
So it was really fun. We're like discussing, wheeling, dealing back and forth. You can work together. Everyone had really cool abilities. Since I had Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, for example, I had the Seven Dwarves, and I had a really cool ability where I could give those to other people. And if I gave you a dwarf, like next time Hunter goes, he gets a +1 action point, basically. So the action points in the game, and that was the other thing. I mean, just the mechanisms, everything about this game, I really liked it.
Nova.
Yeah, the Art
Action
Nova thing.
selection.
So, if I want to run sound and it's moved up to number 5, I get to do 5 action points worth of that. But Hunter could turn in a dwarf, and then he's got 6. So we would do that, and then it would shuffle to the bottom, and it's at 1, and he has to work back up based on what we use. But then another ability. The Alice in Wonderland, no, she had Fantasia. That's what she had. Yeah. Fantasia, it had an ability where you put music notes on it and it stopped where something was so you could use it and you just took the music note off and it didn't reset its positioning. So 2 people could use it at that power level. And so we're all trying to wheel and deal, figure out what would be the most effective way to get everybody to do everything. Whew, it was amazingly tight on how quickly those deadlines just started rushing up for us. And we almost did it. We realized a little bit too late that the villains had some specific
They're a little bit harder
requirements.
To
yeah, we thought they just had the paint. We're like, oh, yeah, we got this. And then we looked and we're like, oh, we don't got this.
We also played it on the medium level. If we played on the basic level, we would have easily won.
Oh, yeah, we dove in.
We did medium level, and it was good. It was a good.
It
challenge.
was really good, and yeah.
Yes, it's a co-op. It's a co-op. Everyone takes an action. The bad guy does something,
and then the bad guy does something, and we go again.
Like a lot of the co-ops
like Pandemic kind of thing. Yeah. And so it was really fun. I really liked that more than I ever thought I would, because I was like, oh, co-op game, you're building art thing. I was like, this is gonna be really tame, but it was neat. Kids 8+. You might have to help them a little bit, Corley.
It's got more going on than you thought it would.
Yeah.
We thought it was going to be a super easy game. There's quite a bit going on. Now, you could coach them if they're okay with being coached.
Right.
Then you probably could.
And they're board game kids, and they play stuff like that all the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if they play Pandemic, they could do it. You know, that kind of thing. So keep that in mind. But yes, and I think that they would love it because it's cool to see the art, and the asymmetrical powers were really fun.
Yeah.
I really liked those.
Even the villains, where you play with all the villains.
Yeah.
So even the villains are all different. So
yeah.
everyone, like, you had the villain, the evil witch person.
Yeah, the evil
queen. And then I had the what's his name? I'm horrible with Jafar. And we had the dragon guy, and we had
Cruella de
Vil. So you basically, each round, we go around once, and the one villain would do something, and they would shuffle to the bottom. And they keep shuffling through until someone completed theirs, and then it's taken out. Now you only got 3 villains that are shuffling through.
So you never knew from round to round which way you were going to get smacked, like how it was going to punish you or whatever. And it was really interesting. Yeah, it was neat because like the 101 Dalmatians, he had canine crunchies, and those were really cool because you could use those as magic, which is kind of like a wild, or something else. You had the genie, which was really cool.
Yeah,
I
could put him on an action, and you get that action plus an additional action that's lower powered, but additional action.
But you also got to share something with people too, didn't you?
Well, that's the power. You also have power. Each of your characters has a power too.
That's right. That's what it was. Yeah, you had some character powers.
When you complete a character and you put them in the movie, you get a power.
They get superpowers.
They get a power. So as the game goes on, you get more and more powerful, and you're able to do more and more stuff, which is cool. So you're not doing the same stuff at the start.
No, it ramps up for sure, and that was really cool. So yeah, Disney animated.
I give it a 6 because
co-op. But
I did enjoy myself. I had a good time.
No, it was a blast. Again, I'm basing this purely off of the games and not the plays because, again, I had some amazing plays with everybody. It was so much fun.
Move on.
It was a good one. Another number 8. This one I feel a little bit cheaty for my number 12 because technically it's not out yet. And I don't normally like to cheat like this, but this is going to be coming out.
Starting in the fall, probably.
Yes, and we've played it twice now. And that is a cute little game called Me Bunnies. This is one of Nessa's, like, new faves.
She never asked for a Kickstarter, but she said, I have to have this game. So.
Yeah, she was like, Dad, if you're not getting this, I'm going to buy it.
With my own money.
Yes. It was like, this is this cutest little thing. So you've got these little amoeba-bunnies. They're little bunnies. Amoeba bunnies. I can't English. But they all have completely asymmetrical powers, and you're trying to accomplish a certain number of things on the board. And basically, it's a race to the finish. The board and everything is very much like the cover that you see. It's very colorful and cute. The art's got lots of little hidden
Easter eggs.
Little Easter eggs. And they're talking about he was actually like, I can't wait. We're getting new art for the board, blah, blah, blah. And so I think they're going to freshen it up and add more of that kind of stuff to it. But every one of the little characters has a name and completely different abilities. They're really fun. The last one I had, the first time I played the little orange character, and I should have looked up their names.
His little blob guys.
He was a little blob guy, and he had little blobs all over the place, and so I would go and collect them, and I just kept growing bigger and bigger and stuff, and it was really cool.
Right, you can move further and do different things.
Yeah,
as you grew.
And this last one, I had a really cool, like, kind of a traveling ability and little perk abilities, but I had to. My goal, instead of collecting myself into one big thing, my goal was to go, and it was kind of a pick up and deliver kind of thing. I had to go find little tokens and flip them on the board in different places and deliver them to the correct animals. So, and I almost did it, but Nessa destroyed me.
She's good at this game.
She is. She loves it. And they're still tweaking the characters a little bit. The one that she played this time around, she played the yellow one the first time. This time she played I think it was the blue one. And they're still tweaking it a little bit, but I really liked what they did with it. It was really cute. It had paints and stuff, since she was doing stuff with paints and paint colors.
Right.
And she had a really cool ability where if I had a card that wasn't going to work for me for movement, I could actually ask her to paint it for me. It gave her a free wild movement, but I also got the card I wanted so I could complete my turn. And it was really cool, but apparently they're still like tweaking it because she like annihilated me. And they said in the lower player counts that the blue one has been just like like so they're
Yeah,
still playing with it a little bit.
Yeah,
but...
when you say asymmetrical powers, it's not that you have everybody's playing the same.
No, that's true. That's
same
true.
Game
Asymmetrical goals.
Everything you play the game differently. You have different goals.
But
you have different ways to win.
The same. Like the movement, the rules for movement for the game are basically the same. It's just everybody utilizes them differently. It's really cool.
So like, it reminds me of like Vast and things like that. Games that have very different characters that are doing very different things.
I'm really actually excited for the Kickstarter for this one. It's really cute. The designers really put their heart into this one, and the wife, I can't think of her name all of a sudden, she had crocheted the little bunnies. So on their table, she had cute little crochet ones in that super bright colored yarn, like the little characters and stuff, and it's really cute. And they give out, when you play test, they give out little buttons of which character you played, and this was really a cute game.
It's definitely a labor of love. They really are putting their hearts into the game.
Yes.
It shows.
Right. Right.
All right. Onward.
Yeah, not a Simon game for sure, but it's adorable. Okay, so next one now. My last of my number... Nope, not quite. Not quite. I'm still in my 8s. Number 11 is Cross Clues. I have decided that this is what I wanted Codenames to be. Because Codenames has that... Oh my gosh, that tension. And we discussed it after we played it, where... everybody's staring at you at the same time because it's your team's turn and you have to come up with clues for multiple things. And it's just like, I'm going to die. Because, of course, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes when I'm trying, especially word games, for some reason, I'll go to do stuff like that. And my mind just is like, oh, there's pressure, blank. Cool. That's awesome. I'm going to be the worst teammate ever. This one chills that out a little bit. You've got clues across... I don't know if it's by player count or was it that size
it's
of
by
grid?
player count.
It is by player count. So you can make a grid and you can put names horizontally and then in one set of names vertically, words, nouns, whatever. And then you're going to get cards that are like A2. Okay. So you're going to find where those two meet and you want to have a one-word clue that's going to have everyone guess A2.
Right.
And so you're trying to, it's kind of cooperative, obviously, because everybody's wanting to fill in the grid. That's our goal, is to fill in a certain amount of the grid before we run out of the place cards. And what's neat about this too is it's not, okay, it's your turn now, it's your turn, you have to go. It had a mechanism where when you are ready, you ask for everyone's attention. So we would do something dramatic like, may I have your attention, please, and then you would give your clue. And then when you're done, if you get it right, you get to put it in the grid. If not, you have to chuck it. And then either way, you draw another card. And you can sit there and think of clues. If you're just on fire, you can go right again. Everyone else has time to think about their clues. There's not that pressure to be like, oh, Hunter just gave a clue. It's my turn now. I think that took a lot of that pressure out of it. It was a lot of fun. So, yeah, I like that one a lot. I'm a big fan. Big fan.
I'm not as big a fan.
Of course you are.
I give it
because it's co-op.
I give it 6. No, it's not that it's co-op. I like Codenames better than this. I think you can be more creative with Codenames. You can be. It feels more. I like the competitive nature that Codename has as well.
Right.
I like the threat of that one mistake can kill
fun.
you,
Yes,
which kind of gives that extra tension.
I can see that.
I just like it more. And this one,
you do better with the tension.
This one, I didn't like the fact that once you only have one space on a word left, like say you have a row and a column of words, like maybe there's four different words that are going to involve ice cream or something like that.
Right.
And I filled in 3. The last one is the only ice cream one left. So you can give something that's really more towards the ice cream part because there's only one choice left of the ice cream.
True.
I don't know if that makes sense, but
yes,
there's only one.
Because you're supposed to give clues that revel both, in
the spirit of the rules, you should still do the combo of the two. But I could just say, cold, and it's the only thing on the board that's cold is ice cream.
So you have to intersect, yeah.
I don't like the fact that you can cheat. You can kind of cheese last clue.
I normally would say, except for the fact that I think that helps make it more of a family game.
Yeah, maybe.
And I think that helps with the kiddos.
Yeah, Nessa
a little
played
bit.
this game just fine.
And she adored it.
Yeah.
I don't know how much. I mean, she likes Codenames Disney, but
Right.
Codenames,
and she would never
not
be a
enjoy
clue
that.
giver. In this game, she was giving clues.
Yeah, that's true too. That's true
She
too.
would never in a million years be the clue giver on.
Nope.
Right now, anyway.
No.
That's
She
too
had
much.
no
That's
interest.
too much
Yeah.
pressure for her.
She wouldn't. But she actively played and enjoyed this game. And
Yep.
so for me, that's a huge win.
I give it a.
Not a Med Plus, just an N.
That's a Med minus. That's a 6.
Ooh. Psh. Okay.
Wow.
Anyway.
I got
You got smacked.
That's
a good game. That's a good game. I can't believe you said that. All right. My number 10. Gosh, I'm trying to go fast, guys. Sorry. There's so many games. Played a very cute game of My Shelfie that Hunter is going to reveal eventually. So this one was another pleasant surprise for me. I thought this one was going to be kind of, I'll be honest, when I saw what it was about, I was like, this is going to be boring. But it was really cute. It's got a, it almost looks like a Connect 4 board to it, but a lot more spots and everything. And then you're taking tiles, you're pulling tiles, but you can only pull from the edge, and there's certain rules about that. And then you're trying to make certain patterns and things with them. So it's like Connect 4 on crack, I guess. I don't know.
Much more difficult Connect 4.
But the game is not always going to be the same when you play it because it's got certain goals. Like we happen to draw one that you get a certain number of, like 8 victory points if you can make basically an X.
An X.
With your
shelf
types. One type.
One type.
It had to be one type. Okay, which is, I have discovered, crazy hard to do.
Yeah.
And then the other one we had was like a block of 4. So
two blocks of 4.
Oh, that's right. It was 2 blocks of 4.
And each block
had to have
the same,
one type.
One type.
Like, yeah. And that that was also like.
And then you have a
victory
personal
points.
pattern.
And then we have our personal patterns. Yeah, and that was because it was kind of like Sagrada. You know how you can put certain colors in certain places.
Right.
And so you have your own little card that you keep secret that you're trying to do. Not that it really matters, except for that Hunter could see, oh, she really wants that white background shelf. Well, I'm going to take that kind of stuff.
Right.
So you're trying to put that in place at the same time as you're trying to get those end goal things. There's a lot going on, and there's obvious choices that you have to make because there's no way that you're going to get all of it. I mean, it's just maybe, I guess if luck has it, you have some patterns that mesh. We did not. So it was really hard. You had to decide, okay, like I got all my personal goal ones, but I only got one of the extra ones.
I did about two of the goals,
but then you couldn't do personal
wasn't as good
because it was like crazy. But you got some points for getting some of them. You know, it was really cute game. I enjoyed playing that a lot. I think the fact that they kind of made it Connect 4-ish.
I thought you'd like it, so that's why I grabbed it off.
Fun.
That's why I grabbed it off the shelf.
I
give it a 7.
I see what you did there.
I give it a meh.
What?
You heard me.
Crazy.
You heard me.
You are crazy.
What's next?
All right, my number 9 is the always adorable Flamecraft. We had another play of this.
This is the one you played without me.
Yes. And oh my gosh, once again proving that this is such a cute game. And it has a lot of game to it, you know, which is nice because a lot of times, you know, you're just like, oh, they built the game around the art. And you're like, oh no, warning,
Yeah,
you know?
right.
Oh no, this has a cute game with it. And you're going and visiting these little stores and you're getting perks and benefits from those stores. And then you're assigning little dragons to go work in these stores. Meanwhile, you're, you know, collecting all the, it's not renown. What is it called?
I don't know.
I can't.
Dragon points.
Dragon points, yes. Dragon points. Oh my gosh. Reputation. I knew it would be on the back somewhere. Reputation. So you're getting reputation as your victory points. And you're trying to gain the reputation and stuff. It is so stinking cute. Still love it. It's a winner. Nessa played this one too. Had a good time with it.
Yep. It's a good one. That's why we own it.
Yep. Truth.
I didn't play, so. But I think it's an 8 for me, I think. Also.
Yeah, it's an 8 for me. Solid 8. It's awesome.
All right.
Okay.
Onward and upward.
Onward and upward. So just above that, Poetry for Neanderthals. We didn't get to play my copy. No.
You did not play.
We did not. We played the Dice Tower copy. So I still need to break this in. I'm just saying. This game is hysterical. So you have a card and it's got a clue and like a super clue where you get more victory points if you complete it. And you're in teams and somebody has, you can see it here, the no stick. It's a big inflatable club like UggTech, but it has a frowny face and it says no on it. And they're basically the judge. So they're going to sit there by the guy who's giving clues, making sure you don't cheat. So if you do more than one syllable or use part of the word, I'm trying to remember what else some of the rules were. It's pretty basic.
Pretty much it.
That's pretty much it. You use one syllable, and I love this, for club fix. Even the stuff in here, they put in monosyllabic stuff, and it's hysterical. So you're trying to get through as many clues as possible before the time runs out, just like you do with all these other, oh no, why?
Don't mind me.
Just like Time's Up and all of those, you're trying to get through as many as you can. And the cards are funny. Like this one has, you get 1 point if you get them to say tutor. But if you get them to say math tutor, then you get 3 victory points. So sometimes you're like, do you want to go for it? Or are you going to be like, no. So it's about to get crazy in more ways than one.
I think it's 6th effective.
No, don't say that. No, it's fine. Like this one is mind, and then the 3-pointer is mind reader. And so, oh gosh, it is just so stinking hilarious. I love it. Then they've got, we haven't even played with these. Grok's Words of Love and Sad. There's some kind of like expansion thing. I don't know. We haven't played with it yet. Don't need to yet. The game is ridiculous. But it's really fun to do the teams and going around in circles and just to see, oh gosh, like, just you're so into it, and then all of a sudden you get a big no and smacked. Yeah. And Hunter, I'm surprised we didn't get kicked out of the main gaming room and put in the loud gaming room, because it's getting late at night and we're screaming, no! Whack! And it was epic. Just say, no, just, isn't he great? This is the best thing ever. I love it now. So, yeah. Partner needs a balloon pump. Yeah. That and you're inhaling all the rubbery, plasticky. Whew. Yeah, it's something. But yes, I think we should leave this in case you misbehave.
Okay,
I'm just going to keep that over here.
I never misbehave.
That is a lie.
No, I enjoyed this one. I gave it
I
want to say I gave it a 7. For a word game,
oh my god.
That's like crazy high for me.
It's epic, and that's why I said this is clearly an 8 for me.
It was hilarious.
It
was funny because Miss Bailey, gaming wife, was so focused in on her words, she messed up and she got whacked and she
jumped
scared. It was hilarious.
Kind of like, why
she
did I
was
get
totally
smacked?
not expecting
it was
even though the game.
Leave it back. Oh, stop it. Leave the mic alone. Anyway, yes, this is so. Oh, I love this so much. The game is hilarious.
No.
All right, number 7. This game, I've never played it at Dice Tower Con because this is the first year that they've had it. They've had it at BGG forever, and last year, I think it died. They did not have it. I was very sad in their dexterity games. But Dice Tower East had it this year, and it was being played constantly.
Yeah, it was almost always in use.
It was actually hard for us to sneak in a game.
Which is funny because the one at Board Game Geek hardly gets used.
Hardly gets used, but this one got the mad usage and is so happy for me. I love sharing this game, and it's Piraten Billard. And it's a table, and it's got like this fabric underneath it.
Yeah,
so
basically burlap or thin burlap material.
Yeah, real fine. And you've got balls, and then it's kind of like a game of checkers, but you can play 4-player, Chinese checkers maybe. We'll put it more like Chinese checkers. But you don't just move the balls across this board. Oh no, you have a stick. It looks like a long wooden pipe almost, and then it's got a little knob at the end, and you move under the table, and you have to bop the fabric and pop the balls in the air. And so you can steal players' pieces if you go into the same little square as them. You can steal their pieces, or if someone knocks their ball out, it's out like of the game.
Right.
Nothing. And it's hilarious.
I'm
it's so much fun. You used to be better. I think maybe it was the pressure. The pressure got to you.
Maybe. I usually do much better.
You do. Well, and I want to play another 4-player game of that again. That was so much fun. But yeah, this classic. And it was really cool to see that the Dice Tower has their own copy of it now, because I was really sad to see the BGG one disappear. I'm hoping it was just they were fixing it over time or something. Please come back.
So I give it a 7. It's okay.
What? It's okay. This is a high 8 for me, people. It is so much fun.
You know, to each their own.
Need to see it live, right? And that is one of those things. It's actually really fun to see it because people are popping it and there'll be like a little marble flying somewhere or someone will steal a piece and everyone's cheering. It's pretty cool. It's fun to watch.
It's a pretty fun game.
Okay. Number 6, we played our copy of the game. Oranienburger Canal, or as we have fondly renamed it, Orange Burger.
Oh, I got this.
So Orange Burger, new Uwe greatness. I'm liking this game a lot. You have your own player mat again, as per usual, and you've got these really cool cards, and you're gonna place them, and you have to pay with resources using a resource board, kind of like Ora et Labora or Glass Road. So it's using that same mechanism, and you're taking these cards and you're putting them on your thing, and again positioning them in specific ways based off of the roadways you're building.
Routes.
You have, I was gonna say you want to use the
roads,
the
paths,
routes and stuff because
canals,
you have roads,
railroads,
paths, like a little dirt path, and then the railroads and canals are really expensive to build, but they do super cool things. And you also can build these little bridges over them once you've completed this and that and a bunch of other requirements and stuff. I'm trying to remember how long. Yeah, it says 45 minutes plus. It's actually quicker, than say Ora et Labora.
It's probably an hour game.
Yeah.
So
I think once we play it again, I think 45 minutes. I think it's faster than Glass Road. I think it is. But it has that same kind of feel, but with the road systems, trying to set up these different roads and paths and stuff, changes it up a lot. And it was kind of like a mishmash of a lot of the different Uwe things that we like in his other games. And it's quick.
Yeah.
So that was a huge hit. I really like this a lot. This is a high 8 for me.
This was my favorite game that we played for the first time at the convention.
Wow. That's really cool.
Yeah.
This is my second favorite game.
I give it a 9.
That's new.
A 9.
That's new to me.
And that's off of first place, so.
Right.
But this could be...
Your favorite Uwe? Really?
No.
No?
This could be squishy on Glass Road and Ora et Labora.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Because it's so fast and so easy to play.
Yeah.
Whereas Ora et Labora is like 2 to 3 hours.
Right.
Glass Road's an hour and a half, probably.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a good one. I enjoyed it. I want to try it again.
Orange Burger.
But it's a good one. Orange Burger. It's a good one. Give it a 9. It's a good one.
Oh, sorry, lady. Okay, so entering 9's territory now. So my number 5 is a 9. This we did not actually play at the convention. We played right beforehand.
Before we left before the convention.
Yep, right before. Boone Lake. We replayed this, and
it's really good.
It was one of those where it was like, why didn't we replay this sooner again? Oh yeah, we had this craziness going on and whatnot. Oh, this is so good. It's got the action selection where you're going to select it and it gets stronger with, as you use things, and then it drops to the bottom and it moves up. You got that action stuff going on.
There's a lot of games doing that now.
A lot of them are because they're finding people enjoy that, right? And it does really cool things to the game. You've got your own player board where you're removing pieces and upgrading stuff on the main board. I'm trying to think of the what was the thingy that I was the racing you basically do the 2 laps of this board. It's really weird. So you go through and you do one trail and you kind of go to an end, and then you reset, start again at the beginning, and go all the way down to the bitter end at the bottom of the board. And each time, it's one of those really cool balances of, do I want to leap ahead and make sure I'm winning, or do I want to slow down a little bit? Because every spot has some kind of benefit to it that helps build up your engine and does really cool stuff, or gives you victory points straight up. It's really cool. This is a great game.
It is.
This is a great game. And
I give it a 9 as well. It's really good.
And it says 40 minutes per person. That's probably pretty close to
hour and a half. That's about right.
Yeah. So
right for 2 players.
Worked good. Really enjoyed it. Yeah, the lotus flower there seems kind of weird, doesn't it? It does seem out of place. It's very odd. Are there flowers in the game? Not really.
I think you're traveling down a river and maybe...
Yeah, you're traveling down the river.
I don't know what the flower means.
Theme schmeem. But...
I don't think there's anything to do with flowers in any of this.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that lotus thing... I'd have to go back and look at stuff now to see. That's a really good question.
Let's read the role play.
Okay, role play, please.
No, I'm just looking.
Well, it's weird because in Boone Lake, it looks almost like it's got that motherboard kind of markings in the Boone Lake picture. I don't know why, though.
Back's upside
Uh-oh.
down.
You know what that means, Courtloo.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
But it's...
We're kind of going back and revisiting older games. That's kind of our theme for this year.
So it's on a river. It's called... Well, it ends in a lake. It's weird. It like fills out... The lake is where it kind of stops.
That's the end of the river.
Yeah, it's really strange. Just go with it, okay? The theme is not really important with this one.
It could be.
Not really. All right. This is my number 1 new to me game of the convention. Okay. And that's my number 4. And that is First Rat. We finally got to play this. We had seen people talking about this. It was in the library. And wow, this was so much fun. I knew you'd like this game. This was my top game to play at the convention. And I can see why now. I didn't realize how much, like, I don't know, it's just really a smooth, fun, cute game. You're little rats, and you've got to get 4 rats up to the end. So you're going through this little trail, and of course you need things to progress, and you get things as you progress. And you also want to contribute to the space race for your little rats. So as you get a certain amount of things, it's kind of like contract fulfillment, but you get victory points and you get to be put on there. Okay, I helped build the bottom part of the rocket now, so I'm here. And if you contribute to all of the different parts of the rocket, then you get to put a piece in like I want to say like an end game kind of victory points row. It's
like a little bonus thing.
Yeah, a little bonus set of victory points. And it's cute because then there's like backpack items that give you like superpowers and stuff. And you can decide to pay for them with some of those cheese and stuff, which is your currency in the game. Or you can steal it, not pay any cheese, but you have to start back at the very beginning.
Yeah, you run away and hide.
You run away and hide because you stole it.
Right.
And so, of course, all of us at some point end up stealing it. And that's where the timing of this comes in, right? When do you want to steal stuff, when not? Is it necessarily because you're out of cheese, or is it a good time because you're ahead of everybody enough that you're not going to fall behind doing that and you get a cool superpower? It is so cute. And just, I don't know. I liked it. I liked the theme. The theme kind of does matter a little bit more in this one than Boone Lake. Let's be real. Boone Lake was all about the mechanisms and playing and making things click and racing. Yeah. This one's a race game, but the theme makes it so much cuter with everything that's going on with it.
Yeah, absolutely. I give this an 8. It'd be a high 8, but I give it an 8.
Yeah, this is a 9 for me. I loved it. Absolutely.
I knew it. That's why, like I said, this was top of my list of games to try.
Yeah, that was a good pick.
It's the first one I grabbed to learn, and we actually invited some people to come play. If you look at the video montage, there's a picture of us playing with that. With I don't remember their names. I'm horrible with names, but
I'd have to look at the pictures. If I can see the faces, I'll probably remember. Yeah, because I'm forgetting who I played what with at this point. But yeah, it was super good.
Glad you enjoyed that one. That's good.
Yeah, it was a good one. So that means that the rest of the games that I played in my top 3, we've already played before.
Yep.
But that, doesn't mean that they aren't still amazing. It's number 3. We technically played this right before the convention as well.
Well, we were at the convention, but it
hadn't officially started. So the library was not open. So we're like, we're going to play a game. And so we chose Beer and Bread. And once again, this is a great little 2-player throwdown. You've got beer, you've got bread, and you've got these cards and stuff, and you're trying to build those. You can build 1 beer and 1 bread each turn. They give you victory points and stuff. We're fighting for different things. The turns are pretty tight. It kind of reminds me of All Creatures, the Agricola All Creatures, Big and Small.
All right.
But I'm getting to where I think I like this one better.
Yeah, you really, really like this one.
I really like this one. It's a lot of fun. And it's only, 30 to 45 minutes.
Yeah,
and really, it's a half an hour game. Unless for some reason we're just like stalling out. Yeah, right. It goes really quickly. So Beer and Bread is a huge hit for us. That's my number 2. Oh, no, my 3. My number 3. My number 2 Did we play our copy again? This was another waiting for the dice tower to open up, wasn't it?
No.
I think it was. Because we took it with us. I'm pretty sure we were waiting for the library to open.
Yes, we played this.
We played a couple games.
Yeah, we played this one before the convention.
Yeah, I was going to say, we were there. We just didn't play it yet. And that was Earth again. Oh, this game. Once again, just playing it again, and I was like, I love this game so much.
It's funny because we played this one, and then the day the convention opened, I taught it to someone.
Did you?
That's because I didn't have to look up the rules.
Yeah, you knew what's up.
Yeah.
And ridiculous art, but on the cards they have like what ecosystem they're in, and they may have like special abilities, victory points, and stuff like that. And you have your own little player map thingy, or you can just make a grid, whatever. And proximity may or may not matter in those, so you want to be kind of mindful of how you're laying them out because of the end game bonuses and personal bonuses that you can do. Some of them, for example, like complete a row where it's all bushes or something like that, and you get a certain number of victory points. And so you want to try to do that. And so you're trying to do those things wheeling and dealing based off of what cards are available, but you also have it's action selection. I was like, it's not worker placement. It's action selection, and you get to choose, and there's like 4 main actions that you get to do. And so there's some that let you like build up your resources, like on the cards, the trees, for example, have certain heights to them, and you want to build up a little. It kind of reminds me of like Takanoko. You could build up a little tree, and you put a little topper on it when it's done. And that tree now is worth more victory points than it originally was when you just put 1 on there, for example. You get more by completing them. And then some of them you want to have little cubes on them, and those little cubes, that reminds me of Terraforming Mars. You have those little tiny cubes out, and it's each little plant is a little victory point for that. Got
achievements.
The achievements, yeah, talking about the achievements,
goals.
The end game goals.
It's got a lot of things.
It's got a lot of stuff going on with it. And what's fun is those achievements during the game are a bit of a race, because if you're the first one to complete it, you're going to get more victory points than the person who completes the second. You're still going to get points and you get credit for it, but it's not as good. So you really want to try to fight.
They have a friendly side that's all the same points.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. See, another reason to love this is like you can make it a little more chill and friendly and less competitive. We actually like the competitive one. And
this is completely not my kind of game. I still give it a 9.
Yeah. That's just
I shouldn't like this game, but I love this game.
Yes, this is definitely one of those for you.
It's crazy.
For sure. It's really good. So, Earth, amazing. Let's go. Yeah.
And the game of the convention for Rebecca, I give that a 9. Was
Time's Up Title Recall. Oh my gosh. Every time we play this, I'm just reminded of how much I
literally made a guy fall out of his chair.
You did make somebody
fall out of their chair laughing. I've never in my life made someone literally fall out of their chair laughing.
Yeah, that was pretty amazing, actually. This is another late night game that, quite frankly, I'm shocked that we were allowed to stay in the main gaming room with. We were
screaming, yelling,
we were
laughing.
Crying. We were laughing so hard.
Yeah.
So if you were there, sorry. Not sorry. But this is
we
another
were in
one
the
of
main
those.
hall. I'm surprised if we did.
But it was late. It's another one of those late night, everybody's crazy. So that are half asleep and they don't care, I guess. But this is so much fun. Okay, you get a group and you get cards, and everybody's selecting a certain amount of those cards. So like say you're playing a 4-player game, you're going to know a quarter of the cards that are going into the game, which is cool. Kind of gives you a little bit of an edge, right? So the first round, you get to say anything, you can move, sound effects, you name it, whatever, blah, blah, blah. The second round, we go through all the cards after we score, and now you only get to give a 1-word clue. 1-word clue after all of the shenanigans, right? And then the third round, you can't say a peep unless it's a sound effect, I believe.
You make sounds.
No humming, no singing, but you can do a sound effect like pew pew. You can do something like that, and then you can just act something. And then we played with a secret
bonus round.
The secret 4th round where you do a freeze frame, and they have to guess from that.
Yeah, close your eyes. The person does a pose.
Oh my gosh!
You cannot move. You cannot say anything.
You can't do anything. So it's one of those you have to open your eyes, do that, and then guess, and then close them again. Oh my gosh! And you fail. You have to pass if the person moves.
It
Oh my
was
gosh.
it was a lot of fun.
Off
I give
the
this one an
rails.
8, but I really should give it a 9 to be honest.
Yes, this is.
Am I changing my? Oh no, I did. I did change my 8 to a 9.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Every time.
Hey, how many people in the world can say they made a person roll on the floor laughing, literally?
Right? I mean, this game facilitates moments like that. Like Hannah saying made someone pee their pants laughing. I believe it. It's just, it's.
Oh my gosh, it's crazy.
Fantastic, and it's stuff like like we had Charlie Chaplin and Captain Kirk, and we had actually
Captain America,
Han
Solo, Chewbacca.
We had a lot. Someone shuffled Star Wars cards into the thing where we found out we were like someone top decked Star Wars.
Carrie Fisher and
but
then we randomly had like
song titles
like,
and Michael row the boat ashore and
Burn After Reading.
Pink
Moon.
Oh yeah, what was that? The 10-penny opera. I'd never even heard of that.
10-penny opera, yeah.
And just stuff like that, and you have to, and you can't sing.
Random. You go
the
from
songs are so
Al Capone
hard.
to 10-penny opera, and it's just hilarious.
Oh yeah, trying to switch gears, and anyway, epic. Yes, these can age, but you know what? I think one thing about this too that would work really well is it'd be pretty easy for you to make your own cards for this.
You also could do a hand out more cards and discard more cards.
Right. Exactly. And they have two sides. They have a yellow side and a blue side. So there's like, I can't remember if they're considered more difficult or if they're just different. I can't remember.
And we got whole packs of cards we haven't even cracked.
Oh gosh,
open yet.
I know.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I'm just looking at like Staying Alive and King Lear on one card. I'm like, yes. So anyway,
all right, that was Rebecca's
one of my
game
favorites.
of the convention. It was hilarious.
So amazing.
All right, so I played 3 games that Rebecca did not play. We'll go through them quickly. We played. I played Cat in the Box.
Oh yeah.
And I give this an 8. And me to give an 8 to a trick-taking game is crazy high. I really enjoyed this one. So much so I was wanting to get you to play it. It just never got around to it.
Oh, wow.
It is really good.
Never
you would think
guessed.
this is Exploding Kittens people. It's probably garbage or whatever. I think Exploding Kittens did this. I don't know. But anyway, it got a lot of negativity because it's a mainstream game or whatever.
Oh my goodness,
right?
whatever.
I really enjoyed it. So the concept is a trick-taking game, but your cards are just numbers. There's no colors. You just get to say. You play a 7 and go, I just played a yellow 7. You can just pick whatever you want. And the next person goes, well, I plays a 9, I got a yellow 9. But once you play a card, that card has been played and can never be played again. So if I play a yellow 7, no one else could ever play a yellow 7.
Oh my god.
So you go through, and eventually you could potentially end up in a situation where you cannot play any of your cards because you would create a paradox by playing the same card again. So you have a 2 in your hand, and there's no 2s left.
This is not how I would have ever thought an uncertainty principle would come into.
There's no all the 2s have been played, yet you still have a 2 in your hand. And you can even say things like, I don't have any green cards. And you can no longer play after that. You can no longer
play green cards.
Can't play green for the rest of that round.
Oh, that's insane.
So I enjoyed this one quite a bit.
That's funny.
Because not only can you get down to your last couple of cards, like, oh my gosh, which one do I play?
Right.
And is he going to play a card that's going to mess me up and stuff like that? You don't have to play all your cards.
Right.
Some of them you can keep and not play. But if you create a paradox and you lose points and stuff like that, but otherwise it's a pretty straightforward trick-taking game. But it's hilarious.
That's what. Okay, Coraloo's asking what I was just thinking. How do you remember what you said?
You have there's a grid that you keep track.
Oh, okay.
So basically, once you have a bunch of tokens, and say this is a yellow 7, you take one of your tokens and put it on the yellow 7, and it shows that you played a yellow 7.
Oh my gosh!
And you have a little card in front of you. If you say I don't have any greens, you put a token on I don't have any greens.
So you are held accountable.
Yes, 100% tracks everything for you.
That is fantastic.
And otherwise, it's a standard trick-taking game. You guess how many tricks you're going to take, and you're trying to get a certain number of tricks and stuff like that. But if you get a paradox and you can't play a card, you say, I've created a paradox. And that round ends, and you get no points. You lose actually. You lose
You
points.
opened the box.
You lose points for every trick you've taken when you create a paradox.
I love this.
It is.
That's fantastic.
I am strongly considered buying this game.
Yay!
It is really. I really enjoyed this one.
Did Nessa play this one?
No, it was me and Austin and Tyler, and that's it. That's
okay.
just 3
Oh,
players.
just you 3. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Oh, that's awesome. That sounds like just freaking hilarious.
It is hilarious. It's a funny game. Because one time I tried it. I'll just try this. My first round, I said, I don't have any greens right off the bat.
Oh my gosh!
Because
And you
that's
are
one of the
toast.
things. No, one of the things in trick taking, if you don't have a certain suit, you can play trump
Yeah.
over and over again,
Yeah.
like red.
Yeah.
Certain
Okay.
colors trump. So now, anytime someone plays a green, I go trump, take it, trump, take it, trump it, take it. Because I don't have any greens.
Oh my
but if I run
gosh.
out of possibilities to play,
You're
then I'm
toast.
toast. So
That's fantastic.
it's
oh
really
my
good.
gosh.
Game. I like that game. All right. So the other game I played without
AP,
you.
it's possible, Hannah. You got to get AP from that. You're like, what do? I can see that. I can do it too.
The other game I played without you was Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
Oh,
This is Pandemic, the Star Wars game.
really?
So you're going around.
Okay.
It's based on. I want to say it's based on one of the Clone Wars.
Yeah. Yep.
So you're running around, you're fighting little droids and guys and stuff, but it's pretty much Pandemic.
Right.
But you play characters, so you
Ooh.
have Anakin and Obi-Wan and what's in the? I have a certain set of skills. The guy that plays that.
Obi-Wan.
Qui-Gon, yeah. So basically, you play these different characters. You have superpowers and stuff like that, but it's pretty much Pandemic. You're going around and instead of having like diseases, you have droids, and more droids get on a planet, and then if they get enough droids on it, then they create a blockade, and then it has this blockade.
Oh my goodness, that sounds like fun.
And then you have like a boss guy. So we played against Darth Maul, and you can switch up what boss you play, and he's going around and doing stuff, and you have to go and fight him and things like that, and bad stuff happening, just like Pandemic, but it's got a Star Wars theme on top of it.
Awesome.
This may be my favorite Pandemic game besides the Legacy ones.
What?
It used to be Iberia.
Yes.
I think this may have supplanted Iberia
Wow.
as my favorite.
You heard it here first,
non-legacy Pandemic game. I really enjoyed this one. We played it on the harder level. We played it on like the second level, and we literally we had one card flip to win.
Really close.
And we lost in the
Darth Maul's a beast. Just saying.
So basically, a card flip killed us, and then we got let's pretend that didn't happen. We kept playing, and we ended up winning. So that one card killed us. It was the very end. So I really enjoyed it. It was awesome.
Okay, that is really cool. Wow. And then your fave?
My favorite. It's one of my favorite games, so obviously it's my favorite. And this is a big giant monstrosity over here.
Oh yes.
I got to play. Oh my gosh. Western Legends.
You're not gonna flip it up, huh?
No. Don't flip these big boxes. Chaos.
he cries.
Got to play Western Legends. I really enjoyed myself. The play wasn't super great because the teach was kind of wonky woo. But I still love this game. It's one of my favorite games. I enjoyed myself immensely. It's one of my favorite games.
This is a cool game.
It's a sandbox Western theme game. You can go out and rustle cattle. You can rob trains. You can rob the bank. You can go gold mining. You can fight bandits. You can be a marshal. You can be a wanted person. You can have a heist at the bank, or you can do good things or bad things, and it's just sandboxy greatness. You can poker. You can play games.
Did you play poker?
You can go. I did play a lot of poker. You can go exploring on the frontier and do exploration and stuff like that.
Did you say exploration or exploration?
Exploration. Clean your ear out. Western Legends, I love it. But I have made a decision based on the play of this game.
Okay.
I'm no longer scheduling any games at Dice Tower Con.
I like that because that was something that we didn't talk about.
This was a scheduled game. I scheduled this game.
That was something that we discussed too that we want to talk about is we found that if we play medium length, like
medium to lightweight games,
party games, hour and a half less typically, and it just made everything shine. So that was really nice because it was easier to actually meet up with people and jump into games and stuff, because that was one thing that we still there's no perfect way to do that, right? Just because, sometimes people are in games when you're not, and blah, blah, blah. But it seemed like it facilitated a lot more playing and a lot more stuff, and we got to try a bunch of new things. So that was a pretty cool decision, I think.
Can you play poker while riding a horse and robbing the bank? Well, what you can do, you can ride into town on your horse,
yes,
play some poker, and then just go over to the bank and rob it. You can't do it all at the same time, but you do it all on the same turn.
That's pretty sweet, actually. Yeah, you do have to actually be in the saloon to play poker. But what's really fun is if I'm just walking down the street and he's like going to go play poker, he's like, hey, you can go play
anyone
poker
in town
and
can
I'm
join
just
the
going to go
poker
play
game,
randomly. So
yep.
That's pretty cool.
All right, so
right.
That was all the games we played, and that was a lot of games. And we're running a little late, but we're going to keep going because we haven't had a show.
Night Owls!
So if you're sticking around, we appreciate you,
Good
but
job.
we're going to keep going.
Gold stars for everybody.
Into our next thing, which is... Where is it? This one. That's a lot of games. Anyway, so we already talked about one of the games we purchased. It was Gigamons. We got that at the Dice Tower flea market.
Yep.
We also got that one. Yep. At the same thing, we got this game I've been looking for forever. I'm the Boss. This is a Sid Saxon game from a while back. When did it come out? Long while back. When did this game come out? 2004. So this
that's ancient.
So this is I've been looking for this game forever. It's crazy out of print. It probably won't be reprinted. It's a negotiation take that game where it's a little mean and it's my kind of game. So I have fun with this. So basically, your different families, you have to basically take control of the different families. You have their influence, and you going around a board, and you basically have to. A deal happens. So whoever you roll your thing, you move it around, you get a deal, and you have to negotiate. And it has to have certain people involved. Like I need 3 different families involved, and maybe 2 of the 4 other families. So you're sitting here, okay, all right. And you're like, Broker's like, I'll join in on the deal, but I want $5 million. I'm like, that sounds great. You join in. And I go, hey, Tommy, you want to join in? He's like, well, I want $10 million. I was like, well, forget you. Hey, Carl, you want to join in? He's like, yeah, but I want $6 million. I'm like, that's great. And Tommy's all upset. He goes, no, I'm the boss. Now he takes over the deal, and now you have to start the negotiations over again.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. And I bet he's going to cut you out of that one.
Probably.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's I'm the boss. I want to play it. It looks like
that's going to be
a hoot and a holler, as they say.
A hoot and a holler. That's going to be a wild one.
Then we got some vendor games. So Rebecca wanted to get this game. Well, I described it to her, and she decided she wanted it. And we ended up getting 2 copies for multiple reasons. Because
well, let's just explain what the game is, and you'll see why we.
So the game of Cheat and Moss is basically the concept, as far as I know, is you're trying to shed. It's a card shedding game.
Yes.
But you can cheat. So
It's
you
all
literally
about
be
the
holding your hands of cards, and when no one's looking, you just go throw it behind you, or you slide it under the table, or you stick it in your pocket. And as long as no one catches you, then again, I'm just going off of kind of what I've heard.
Yeah,
about those.
you're
fine.
To try to get rid of all your cards.
But if you get caught, then you get caught.
Yeah.
So I figured these are probably cards you're probably gonna get damaged because reasons.
Yes.
And B, she wants to take it to school, so we have a copy at our house and it's a copy at school. So we got 2 copies of this game. So I'm really curious how it works.
I cannot wait. I am so excited to play this. This is the same company that does Cockroach Poker.
DeVere, it's DeVere games.
And Cockroach Poker has gone over so well.
Yeah, I think your students will love this, but I got a feeling they're gonna take a beating. So we got 2.
Yeah,
copies.
this is gonna take a beating.
Then we bought the new hotness. This game, we wanted to play it at the convention. This game was in the hot games area, and it was never empty. It was literally played 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Probably even at 3 a.m. If we had gotten up and checked, there was probably someone there.
So this is the new side. It's derivative of Cive. It's more of a hand management, action selection, resource management kind of game. It's not really got the attacky bits of Scythe and things like that. It's more of a more Euro-y than Scythe is. But I read the rules of it. I knew I'd love it, so I'm like, forget it. We can't play it. I'm just gonna buy it.
We're gonna have to buy it.
And they had it at Dice Tower East. Stonemeyer was there via Meeple Source. Meeple Source runs their conventions for them, so they were selling it. So I grabbed a copy.
Yep.
There you go.
Yep.
So there's that. Oh, and there's this thing. Rebecca won this at the arcade. Little duck guy.
Arcaded.
And last but not least, hold on, we got to do a little story time here.
Oh.
So, if you watch the channel, you know that
We have a Grail game.
War of the Ring is my favorite game of all time. It's been off and on your favorite game of all time. I think it's like number 2 last year. So 3 maybe?
Something crazy.
Something anyway. It's been my favorite game for years and years and years and years. And it hasn't really been close. So, I've been eyeing a certain version of the game. And we finally said, YOLO, as the kids say.
Well, it was at the flea market.
It was at the flea market. I walked by. I'm like,
you never see that.
And I did one of those. And I'm like, what is that?
I should have saved a picture and sent a picture of the text you sent me.
I want to tell it.
Okay, fine. All right, fine.
You want to tell the story?
No, you're fine. Go ahead. You're
So
so
I did
excited.
that.
You're so excited.
So I'm back to the take. I'm like, whoa. I walked over and I said, is that what I think it is? And he said, yes, it's what you think it is. And I'm like, I must have it. But wait, maybe I shouldn't be so aggressive. It would have charged me too much money. So I'm like, I want this. But I can't buy this in good conscience without getting Rebecca. So I walk around looking for Rebecca. I'm like, where's Rebecca? Because they got some kind of flow of you have to go in a circle around this area of the thing. And she was behind me. So I couldn't backtrack to get to her. So I'm like, I go around the front. I'm like, come to the front. Start texting her. Come to the front. I need to talk to you quickly. Now. Hurry.
Hello.
Where are you?
Hello.
I call her. Nothing. I call her. I'm like, forget it. And Z walks up and says, what's going on? I'm like, I'm trying to get in touch with Rebecca. And she's like, well, just walk and find her. I'm like, that's a great idea. So I start walking around. I grab her by her shoulders. I'm like, you're not buying whatever you're buying. Let's go. And so we had a little powwow and we decided to buy
the Grail game of all Grail games. One game to rule them all. One game to find them. One game to rule them all.
Oh! You just decreased the value of this by like hundreds.
We're gonna play this game!
Yeah,
we are gonna play
You want to see hundreds of dollars disappear? There you go.
There you go. Oh.
Hundreds of dollars.
Some collector somewhere's
we're
crying.
We're not going to crack this open and go into it tonight.
You have to have a special.
We're actually going to do an unboxing of this.
We're
in the very near future.
Look at it shine, my precious. Look at it. Ah.
Yeah, this is crazy out of print. Aries says they'll never print this again.
Yes, the back matches the front, Coraloo.
The Aries says they'll never print this again, and the
path to Mordor.
And it is not a cheap game. It wasn't a cheap game to start with. Now it's not cheap. So,
but now it's ours.
And we're gonna love it and play it. So
expect
in the very near future an unboxing, live unboxing, maybe live. Yeah, probably live unboxing.
Live? Oh, so at like midnight tonight we're doing it live.
No, not that near future. Probably this weekend, maybe.
What? We have to wait that long?
All right, during the week. But in the somewhat near future, we are going to play this live with the teach and all the goodies and stuff. So,
I'll even wear my elf ears.
So this has been our Grail game since we played War of the Ring.
Yeah, since we found out that this was a thing.
Right.
A thing.
I didn't know this was a thing, but yeah.
It's a thing, and we have it now.
So if you don't know, this is everything's pre-printed. Everything's on beautiful quality cards. Dice are amazing. It's just off the charts good.
Yeah, if you're curious about that, you can wait and watch our video.
Yeah, we'll do a full unboxing of it.
Find out what's going on with that.
Overhead camera and all that goodness. So
you need to get the little thingy so we can show them the pieces too.
Yes,
we'll even set up the thingy. You know what I'm talking about. So yes, we're covered for birthday and Christmas. You're right.
Anniversary.
Flag Day.
Boxing Day.
Boxing Day.
Anyway, so there it is. That is it. Let's put that away gently. Gently. She was walking around calling it her baby the whole time when we were walking out of the flea market. Anyway, so that's awesome. That's fun. That's good news. I'm looking forward to that. And you'll get that long-awaited teach of War of the Ring, which I'll do with that stuff. That's it. We went crazy over. I mean, a half hour over.
Way over. But you know what? You guys all hung with us because you're hardcore and you're awesome.
Yes, that was brand new and shrink. In fact, it was still in the shipping box.
Yes, it was. We actually brought it home in its little shipping box. You're going to show off the box. You're so happy.
So it actually came in. It is still in this box. We have number 1,992 of 2,000.
Ah, we almost missed out even then. Look at that.
There you go.
That's so exciting. I wonder if it says inside the box that that's the number. I'm sure it does somewhere, right?
I assume there's something inside showing that you probably got a certificate of authenticity or something, I'm sure.
Right.
All right. So that is it for tonight, folks. We appreciate you sticking around
It was awesome.
to
That was
the
fun.
end. 1 week from tonight, we will be doing a top 10 because Nathan says there'll be riots if we don't do a top 10.
Don't riot, Nathan. Don't riot. I'm trying
Top
to think.
10. We're going to do the top 10 games from 2013. So they're games a decade old.
Ooh.
2013, which is about the right time when we were starting to get heavy in the hobby.
This is going to be, I know, and it's funny to think that some of these games are 10 years old now.
It's going to shock you some of the names that I saw that are 2013.
You guys
games.
know I have some kind of like timeline weirdness going on with board games. There's like this weird wormhole vortex thing going on.
Yeah, I was really surprised.
The plays are so vivid. I don't remember if it was like 6 months ago or 6 years ago on some of the games. Because I'll say something and Hunter's like, hey, blah, 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 this is on the to be played list. I'm like, we just played that. And he's like, yeah, 6 years ago. And I'm I don't remember that. The play is still vivid. There's something magical going on in this
I went through our entire collection and wrote down the last date I have recorded that we played it. And some of them were like, you haven't played that game in 4 years? That's not right.
I know. That's the thing is like, what? The math doesn't add up, right?
All right. So 2013. Yeah, and you're right. Hannah, that was an amazing year. There's some amazing games. And we'll talk about those next time. But we're done for tonight.
No! I want to open Lord of the Rings. I mean, War of the Ring.
Lord of the Rings.
I want to relive.
We will live on. Anyway, we're out of here, folks.
Thank y'all for sticking around and joining us.
1 week from tonight.
Let's go.
Top 10 2013 games.
Amazing.
Bye.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like. Click subscribe to join our wonderful viewer community.
Want to be notified when we upload a new video or go live? Click on the little bell below.